The dream to create a centre of excellence for the people of New South Wales was my husband's, Chris O'Brien. I'm Gail O'Brien, and I am a patient advocate and board member at Chris O'Brien Lifehouse, bringing people together who have cancer so they're not having to deal with all the different elements of cancer on their own. We both actually wanted to do architecture as a profession, but then he moved to medicine for idealistic reasons, and I moved to physiotherapy, partly because I filled out the form wrongly. And then we ended up meeting at Prince Alfred Hospital, so we were destined to meet, I think. There was the first ever reality TV show called RPA, which was meant to be about the patients. The doctors at RPA started to call it the Chris O'Brien Show because of his nature, because of the compassion and the beautiful way that he treated people. The irony of the whole thing was 3 years into this dream of creating a centre of excellence, he became ill himself with a horrible diagnosis of brain cancer. There was an incredible outpouring. It was really because of his compassion and his drive and this incredible aura he had, I suppose, of leadership that he touched so many people. By some sort of miracle, his cognition wasn't affected, and he was then able to keep creating this cancer centre for the benefit of humankind going forward. Then he died in 2009. 3 months later, I did accept a position on the board, and that's when everything turned around. I then had another dose of catastrophic incident in the family where my eldest son started developing seizures. But then just one day he didn't wake up from one of these seizures, and that was that. The experiences that I experienced with Adam's death, but also with Chris's illness and his death, everything coming together to help the person, not just physically, was something that I took a great interest in. And so I believe that I was meant to travel this journey. I didn't choose anything that has happened. It seems to have found me in terms of creating the hospital. Yeah. I had, at Chris's memorial, promised to the people of New South Wales that what Chris had tried to do was going to be really different and make a difference in people's journey in cancer. I didn't know how that would happen, but I just said it because there's something in me that had to say it. We condensed everything down to the key anchor of what this hospital was going to be about, and that was hope. Not every doctor is a leader, and I've never tried to be a leader either. I just want the hospital to be the very best it can be to service people the way Chris wanted it, you know? Remember one of the doctors talking about Chris, saying Chris was always on the pedestal, but he never looked down from his pedestal. He was always pulling people up to him. That's real leadership. I'm the sort of person who does need to get up each day with something to do that's not just for myself, I suppose. I genuinely appreciate other people so much. Like, that hospital wouldn't be anything if it weren't for the incredible staff. And I think that this is a super unique concept, because the idea is we're all founders. It's not just one founder. Every single person in that hospital, over 1,000 people working there, we're all founders of this new concept in a way to treat a human being, you know.